2016 Chevy Suburban. Rear brake pads and rotors. You need to jack it up, support it properly. Remove your tires. Moves on to 7/8 for the lug nuts. And then you need to remove your caliper. And it has two bolts on it. Right here. One here and one here. Down here. I dropped it. Okay? It's 13 millimeter. Sometimes the slide pins spin with it. So you might have to get a pair of little small channel locks to hold the slide pin from turning. Okay? And then get yourself a flat blade screwdriver. Stick it underneath that hardware there and pry it off a little bit. Do the same thing on the bottom. And go ahead and lift it off of it. And then you can inspect your boot. Make sure it's not cracked, torn, or leaking any fluid. Looks good, so all we gotta do is push the piston back in and hit it with a wire brush. Alright, so next we need to do is remove our caliper bracket. That's held on with two 18 millimeter bolts in the back, one right here and one right here. Okay? Get a breaker bar, break them loose. Okay? Here's the caliper bracket bolts. Alright? That's side. Next you gotta do is get your brake pads out of your brackets. Okay? Out of there. And then remove your hardware. Put the clips out of there. Okay, underneath those, it's all rusty. You need to clean that rust up, okay? I clean them up and then I'll paint them. And also, when you're done doing that, slide pins. Put some new Sil Glide inside here. Do not pack it and put it on your pin. Work it in there, okay? The next thing you need to do is remove your rotor. Sometimes they're bound on there with the rust. You can hit them with a mini sledge around the sides of it, and the vibration breaks it loose. And sometimes it gets stuck on the parking brake shoes. So you just gotta wiggle them back and forth. Boom, 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 wiggle them back and forth. They'll eventually work themselves off. Caliper bracket is pretty clean. Now all I gotta do is put some paint on it, spray paint them black, and then I'll put some lube on my slide pins. Got my axle cleaned up, so now all I'll do is I'll put some manices on it, light film, and that'll be ready for my brake rotor. Before you put your brake rotor on it, before you make sure you wash off the shipping oil with soap and water. And I say is got a little bit of lube on my hardware, semi parking brake. Caliper brackets, got them painted. Got my slide pin. Rolling it around in some Sil Glide. Stick it in there, work it in there back and forth. Just a little bit in there. Do not pack it, you'll never get these pushed in. So just make sure you get it on the boot and make sure that the pin locks on the boot, okay? I already did that one, so we're good. So now I can go ahead and put my abundant hardware clips back on it. New ones on it, and I can put my rotor up there. All right, make sure they're all the way in there. Make sure they're not crooked. Make sure they're bottomed out. Make sure they're installed properly. Got the caliper bracket on there. Got the bolts snugged up. You need to torque them to 180 foot-pounds. After you get that done, you need to put your brake pads in there. Brake pad with the squeaker on it. Squeaker goes up towards the rotation of the rotor. Okay? So you need to put it in there. Line them, squeeze it together. Just like this. Put it in there. Line that one up. Line that one up. Boom. Bam, bam, bam. Make sure you got your pistons pushed in on your caliper so you can put your caliper right on there. And then line it up and put your caliper bolts in there. Got your caliper on there. Make sure you push the pins in so you can get the caliper past it from both sides. Put your bolts in there, get them hand started, snug them up, and then torque them to 27 foot-pounds. All right? So now you got this side done. Now you can go do the other side exactly the same way. And when you get them both done, you can put the tires on, torque the lug nuts to 140 foot-pounds, lower the vehicle down to the ground, go inside the vehicle, start it up, push the pedal to the floor a couple times so you got a good, firm, decent pedal, okay? Because you want to do that, because if you don't do that, you won't have any brakes until you pump the pedal 4 or 5 times. And by that time, you might crash into something. So always pump your pedal before you put in driver reverse. And when you're done doing all that and you go underneath the hood, double check your fluid level inside your brake master reservoir and top it off as needed, okay? So hopefully I helped you out with this video, and hopefully you can help me out by subscribing to me, and I appreciate it, and have fun.